Hi, my name is Ricardo Guillen, and I'm working at the Department of Physical Geography and Ecosystem Science at Lund University. I'm an IT technician, and I want to show you DataGURU, which is a conversion and dissemination tool for scientific data. So DataGURU allows you to easily access data that might not otherwise be very easily accessible for you. So how does this work? Well, just going to show you a little bit of how it works under the hood. So what DataGURU does is, using your inputs together with a metadatabase, it generates a script. And this script you can run either directly on DataGURU or on your own PC. And what this script does is that it gets some data either locally from DataGURU or from FTP sites across the internet. And it converts this data and copies it to an FTP server from where you can then download it. Okay? Right, so DataGURU is hosted by BECC and Merge, which are two strategic research areas. I'll post some information about these below. So this is the DataGURU homepage. It has this news section where you can read about what's going on. It has an About Us section where you can find out about who's behind this and why. And it also has an overview section where there is some information about the data sets included. So let's say I want to find out whether mean temperatures in southern Sweden have changed during the last 50 years. I'm going to have this as an example just to show you how you can use DataGURU. So the first thing I would do is I would log on. The login procedure is really simple. Just click here, login, and you write your email address. And DataGURU then sends you a link. And you click that link, and voila, you're now logged on. So it's really simple. There's no create account procedure or anything like that. So if I want to find out whether the mean temperatures in southern Sweden have changed during the last 50 years, what I would do is I would go to application and I'm going to search for temperature. And when I do this search, I get some results, and these results are the data sets that include temperature as a variable. And there are different data sets submitted by different research groups, and each data set has its own properties. So for instance, the CRU dataset, it has there's an icon here. You can check the geographic extent. This dataset is spans worldwide, and it's actual measured data, which you can see if we click on one of these variables. Temperature mean is a good one for this purpose. So then we scroll down and we can see that in the description here that this is month by month variations in climate between 1901 2011. That is actual measured data. But if we look on, for instance, the Cordex Arctic, click air temperature for Cordex Arctic, projected data. And we can also click this to preview its geographic extent, and this is, well, it says in the name it's Arctic, so it's obviously going to be the Arctic. So for my purpose right now, I'm going to use the CRU temperature mean variable. And the first thing I would do here is, since I have to provide geographic extent from which I want the data to be, I'm just going to show you what I clicked select on a map, and I'm going to zoom in a bit, and I'll just select southern Sweden here, something like that. Okay, you might see now that DataGURU has provided the geographic coordinates here, so you don't have to enter them manually. The easiest way is just to select on a map, unless you want the full extent, of course. You can then select that. So this data set ends in 2011, so it's not going to be 50 years until now, 2019, but it's going to be until 2011. So I'm going to make it 1961 here. Right, 1961, December. So 50 years. I'm gonna leave monthly temporal resolution, and I'm gonna leave mean. You can do other settings as well. Let's see. So next thing is to select the output format. NetCDF is an open standard which is widely used. ASCII grid, ASCII grid is suitable for ArcGIS, but in this case I'm just gonna select text file, which will allow me to open it in Excel. So I need to agree to the DataGURU terms of service, and also here I have the choice generate dataset on DataGURU server. So remember that I said that you can have DataGURU getting and converting the data for you, but you can also do this by yourself by running a script on your computer. In this case, I just want DataGURU to do it for me, so I'm gonna check that and click submit. Right. So now DataGURU is processing my request. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you the script that it generated for us. So this script describes where the data has been downloaded and how it was converted. So it's a great way to know what actually happened to data. So it's a good practice to save it as documentation, because you can find out a lot just by looking at the script. And if you want to run this on your own machine, you need to run Linux, and you also need CDO and NetCDF Geospatial Data Abstraction Library. You can read more about this in the description below. Alright, so this is the script, and we'll go to our personal page here with recent jobs. So it says it's in queue. I'll pause for a few seconds. It usually just takes a minute or two. So I'm back, and let's see. I'm gonna click this, and then yeah, now it's opening another window. Let's just do like this. Recent jobs. So here's my latest job. So I click download, and here's the data. I'm gonna extract it, and I'm gonna open it in Excel. Right, so here are the degrees Celsius, right? I'm actually gonna replace all dots with commas so it works with my language locale. And here are the dates. If we scroll down, you'll see that the dates go up, but then after 2011 they start again at 1962. And that's because we don't have just one data point, but actually several data points. So I'll need just one for this case, so I'll just take all the temperatures from the first data point, and I'm gonna do insert line chart. So this is our result right now. So on this axis we have the amount of months, so it's 50 years. And on this axis we have degrees in Celsius. So during summers it's been warm, winters it's been cold, warm, cold, so 50 of those oscillations. So just by looking at this line chart, we can't really say whether the mean temperature has actually changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and add a trend line. So linear, and I'm going to also show the equation on the chart. So now we can see that just by looking at this line, we can see that there has been an increase. I would even say quite a drastic increase, actually. So from 7.5, maybe 8 degrees up to, well, 10. So let's see. If we want to, we can multiply the slope. It's 0.32 times 12 for 12 months and times 10 for a decade. So that gives us, and times 50 for 50 years. That gives us, sorry, it's times 5 for 50 years. So this gives us an increase in mean temperatures by 1.92 degrees. Wow. Well, okay, so I hope this has been helpful to you to learn a bit about how you can use DataGURU.